Hello you guys and welcome. Hope you are doing well and in high spirits overall. Let's go ahead and see what messages there are for you tonight or today whenever you are seeing this. Whenever you feel called or drawn and it resonates, it's for you. I'm noticing the shuffle is really challenging. Both times I tried to open this video, each time the shuffle is not connecting, it's a bit sloppy, it falls apart. I always look at that as a symbol. Everything in the reading space is a symbol. But perhaps this is about you, something in your life, you with a part of yourself, you with somebody that you're connecting to, where things are just not fully there yet, not fully aligning somehow yet. It could be a lack of flow or just feeling like we're not in that flow energy at the moment. Could still be in this kind of struggling with an old mindset as we're moving into a new one of the way to do things, the way to pursue things, the way to operate. So there can be some of this in-between energy going on. What do you want to talk to them about, please and thank you? Yeah, I'm getting a bit of an in-between feeling for you guys. There's been struggle, there's been burden, there's been hard journey, which can make it challenging moving forwards. This does seem to be connected to a breakup here or to a disconnect that you had in a relationship. This could actually even be integral relationships. Is that the right word to say? Like relationships that have been with us in our primary years. So, for example, parents, siblings, people we knew at school, people who had an influence on us. There can actually be some separation, like trauma, or some traumas and challenges in early relationships that are showing through here. And this may also connect to a recent breakup for some of you, but they are both relevant to what's happening now. It looks like the disconnect of one of these relationships, or multiple, starting in the early days. So whether this was that you never healed, you never were able to forgive, come back together, or they weren't, you went separate ways, something like this, and then you also experienced that perhaps with a romantic partner or some kind of a more intimate, chosen relationship in your later life, this could have set you on a harder path, one where you moved a lot, or you felt that you needed to carry a lot with you. Maybe you felt like you had baggage. Maybe you went with the wind here. Had to work a lot, or to figure out how to get through life carrying all of this, whether it was literal or emotional baggage or both. And you're used to it. It's like getting sent on your way again and again. But what we see now is that it's like you're looking or seeking a different way to move forwards here. Kind of the way of this empowerment, this clarity. Not so much baggage, but with kind of a protective energy with you. But then you'll notice she's also got her emotions here imprisoned. So I don't think that's the way you want. That's why it's reversed. I don't think you're wanting to, maybe you've already tried that, but wanting to shut off your emotions in order to find an easier, clearer path forwards. I do think something has been just taking too long here, and enough is enough is what the feeling is with that. This could be a person you've been waiting on. It could be money. It could be something that you're waiting to be offered, some kind of an opportunity. There's a feeling of you just saying, F it, I'm going to pack up my stuff, I'm going to do my thing and go towards whatever. I don't even know what I'm going towards, maybe. Some of you could feel like that. So Taurus energy here too, very supportive. What else for you guys? What other message do you have to add to this? Please and thank you. May the truth be with them. May the truth set them free. There's that word. The truth is an integral part of your nature. You do have the Fool here. This is a much easier beginning than you're expecting and a much bigger one. You could be feeling more carefree, more brave again. I'm hearing more foolhardy, relentless. You could be leaning in again to more of the unseen forces, or just the way you work specifically, rather than the way that the world has taught you it has to work or people have. I feel like you're building and working your own way now. Or you're choosing the path that actually suits you, and the way to walk that path that actually suits you. Yep. Marching to the beat of your own drum here, setting yourself free, liberating yourself, doing something in your way, choosing some sort of peace here, even to ignore competition, to ignore conflict, and just do it your own way and focus on your own bliss and your own enjoyment and your own groove here. It's like you're no longer giving in to that chaos or that competition, and you're making it possible for yourself to really be able to do this. You could have felt in a long time in a survival mode here, having to cling so tightly to things, hold them close to your chest, protect, not have enough. You could have felt a long time in this kind of survival mode, and this can be even deeper than that. We see you moving forwards and elevating though. Some of you, it's in your own space here. Could be getting your own space or room to be more in your own energy. This has helped to give you a lot of illumination, also to elevate your vibration. I hear time heals all wounds, but also time need not be involved. They're saying whatever transpires, go your own way. You guys, I started shuffling like this a few months ago because it feels right. I was coming through a lot of a deceptive phase in life, dealing with a lot of deception, and suddenly something snapped, something switched, and I was ready for the more exposed energy of truth. And with that switch came the decks for me flipping upwards. So if that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Just try to ignore it. But for me, that's what feels right for me at this time. It doesn't feel right for me to shuffle like this anymore. Maybe it will switch again, but for now, it's like everything needs to be exposed is the feeling I have. Everything needs to be out in the open, needs to be clear, needs to be truthful. And it's not that it isn't, of course, this way, but it's more of a metaphor. A lot of you could have come from a lot of emotional instability as well. This could have been in the household. You could find that you felt emotionally unstable or followed those patterns, followed suit, or come into those kind of patterns here. But in general, I feel you just opening up to more now in your life that actually resonates with you, being more receptive in a way to yourself. It's like you're receiving more of you and what you actually resonate with and want, and you're kind of doing this with excitement, or almost doing this like shamelessly, where before it could have been very hard for you to access that. It does look like you are, especially with this turning tide, for those of you resonating with this change, it does look like you are increasing here your money, increasing what you have, feeling more acceptance, more self-acceptance, higher self-worth perhaps, feeling more included somehow. Again, you could just be making more money here, feeling a lot happier, more uplifted, okay? You could be doing some shadow work here with the moon, some release work. And you could find sometimes that you're just very tired, or you just drown beneath your emotions some days, but because of the progression here, I feel like this is a very positive thing that's happening for you. It could really create a lot of release, a lot of momentum. It could help you to acknowledge things that no longer serve you, and help you to walk away from them, to walk on from them, to, you know, truly let them go. Some of you could feel like you're not able to answer somebody anymore, or bring something to the surface here anymore. You're too beneath the emotion, so you're kind of letting it go here. You could be letting something fail or fall or drift apart, or just between you and another perhaps even, so that you can process what you need to process, or just simply because you're kind of drawing different boundaries for yourself. You're not trying to force something out of yourself anymore, I feel. There's a lot of changes with the way that you're respecting and taking care of yourself here, the way that you're honoring yourself, and that's really beautiful. Kind of a whole clump here, but I do feel like some of you are experiencing a change with foundation. There's a lot about moving, foundational shifts here. I do feel that these are positive foundational shifts, so they're productive, you know, they're creating more sturdiness for you essentially. But you could feel like you're having to be a bit more active these days, or like you want to be a bit more active. This could be connected to your foundation as well. Some of you have already done a lot of the healing work here for a lot of things. It's good to acknowledge. I did see this try to pop out earlier in your reading, the Tower. Looks like there is a breakup for a lot of you that has happened or occurred here. It can also speak to a union that is not together, that's, you know, in separation. A change around your preferences with love, or your ideas of love. Give us more about the Tower, please, and thank you. I feel like the Tower for a lot of you is a revelation, illumination of something. A recognition of something, also of what you need to thrive, of how much effort you might need to give your growth of finances, of home, of what you're building, of your own self, your own life here. And maybe you feel like you don't have the room for love even here, or for more, you know, you're just trying to grow something here now for you. I really feel this Tower quite strongly, even though it can be connected to a breakup, change in a relationship, something that's already happened for you that way. I also feel it very strongly connected to revelation. Okay, so the kind of Tower where we really have an aha, a realization. It might not be a moment. It might take it might take multiple days, weeks, months to get to that realization, but you're having it here. And again, I feel like it's very much centered on your career, what you're building, your foundations, your life, your growth. Very personal energy. You could be like having this realization of just what you need to be happy, or what it takes for you, or what you need to nourish. I think even for some of you, grieving like a change, a loss, breakup, could be more in the background right now, not as much at the forefront. It doesn't have to be for everybody, but while you're focusing on this. Yeah, there can be a lot of changes as well connected to your passions, to your inspiration, imagination, to what you want to work on, where you want to move to, how you want to move there, what you want and appreciate. A lot of good luck in this area as well about your new ideas, your new, road forwards, new passions, expressions. Some passions lay sleeping dormant within you. Some of you could decide you don't really want to be in the spotlight. Maybe you used to think you did. That could be changing for you as well. Or you could just want to... Again, I'm feeling like you're not wanting to move towards love right now, or it to move towards you. You're wanting to step out of that and focus on your path here. Almost to stay free, to stay focusing on your own growth. It's like you're finally giving yourself the opportunity or chance for something here that you may have never given yourself before. Focusing on what you want to create here in your reality, what you want to manifest, what you want to bring in. No longer feeling like fighting through or having to be still with all the outside influences all around buzzing, like just feeling like you want to set that fight down and focus on more of a peaceful atmosphere and provide for yourself in a different way. I really feel that. It's just like we're not looking and seeking outside of ourselves right now. We want that balance. We want that move, completion to settle in, to have some stability, security, or a place to grow, to build things up here. It's really a lovely energy. This is a very nice vibe to see you in. Don't take yourself too seriously if you can help it. But definitely the reconnection between you and you is beautiful. It's really beautiful. Some of you are going to be treating yourself, more like with that respect, almost like you're entering into a relationship or rebuilding a relationship with yourself. I feel like that's really beautiful and strong. You could be even going back to before the initial hurts came with the relationship, so in your childhood perhaps, and rekindling the connection you had with yourself before that time, before all of that, and picking up from there. And that can be a very healing process for a lot of you. I also feel in the meantime you're focusing in on what you're doing with your work, with what you're building, whatever that is for you. And that also will be a part of the healing process, especially if there's a good balance between the two. Lady Luck's on your side here. Universe is in your favor. Okay. So you guys, I think we will leave it there. You can always email us for personal reading inquiries, frequencyoftheheart@gmail.com, or for personal energy healing inquiries. All the information is below. We so appreciate you, all of your love, all of your donations, support, help. You are amazing. You are loved, and you're doing a great job here. This energy feels so nourishing. So all the love to you guys. Take care.